What kind of key opens a banana?
Okay, welcome back to Agents of Calamity.
A monkey.
I am Flash Attack Jack Crypto Creep. Not alone, dude.
And
God help me.
I am Fran Dare Wu, Chinese Mexican.
There we go.
Fran Dare Wu, Chinese Mexican, and we're not alone. We have Johnny Tsunami Guadalupe.
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to talk to you about the Pennsylvania legalization process and things to do with that. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, I'm James. Nice to meet you. I'm so happy to be on the show.
Good to have you here, James.
So, do you believe cannabis should be legalized in Pennsylvania?
Hell no.
No.
Why is that?
What the fuck you trying to get all fucked up for, boy?
Mental health awareness. Cannabis helps with mental health.
Yeah, they got brick walls for that.
Yeah, well, you're not working, and we're not trying
You
to kill
had
ourselves.
swinging actions.
What about you?
I think it's a great idea. I'm not sure what the fuck Derek's on over here, dude, but I think
He's on the Union County grind.
He might be police.
CI over here.
He's having a fucking moment, I'll tell you that.
He needs some more shake and bake.
Holy fuck. No, I think it's stupid to fucking, well, they've been smoking it since like the 50s, 100 years ago. Like a spray paint can was gonna be like junky. Fucking put that on there. Nah, dude. Fucking drinking pure ether.
Woo!
This fucking guy. Anyways.
So why do you think it should be legalized?
It's just a waste of funds. You're just locking people up for no reason. They're not hurting anyone. Never seen a stone guy hurt anyone.
Yeah, but isn't it a gateway drug?
Nah.
Couldn't the stone guy hurt somebody by driving impaired?
No.
He could have like passed out, or he could have been tweaking, or he could have been speeding, and boom!
Are you on the anti-side of this fucking shit, dude?
I don't know what side I'm on.
No, dude, because if they're
Why,
driving...
to make state officials more money? Let the little hustler on the street not make money?
Alright, well then why not regulate it the way they regulate alcohol?
Do they regulate alcohol, though?
You gotta be 21, you can't be... I'm not sure how you would do the...
I can go to a duty-free zone in a European airport and buy alcohol at 18 without taxation.
European airport, because it's illegal there. But the moment that you cross the international boundary, the law is now different. And is fucking Johnny already over there?
So, you don't think it should be legalized? Why is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to the podcast. This is Jimmy here.
Schizophrenia kicked in real bad. His brain injury really fucked him up, dude.
They shouldn't have legalized mushrooms in Oregon. How do you like being on the East Coast versus the Northwest?
No, they didn't legalize mushrooms in Oregon, did they?
Portland.
No, they didn't. You don't have to fucking research, but they did? You're saying they did?
Pretty sure they did.
Just shrooms, not acid?
I didn't mention acid.
No, but I'm wondering, like, hallucinogenics, psychedelics, like, what?
Well, I think just mushrooms, right? Now they want to reverse the law.
Now they want to take it back.
Yeah, because too many people are going to Oregon sober.
They're going to Oregon just sober.
No, like California sober. A lot of people are Oregon sober.
What does that mean?
Well, it's not as bad as Seattle sober.
What's Seattle sober?
Fucking being whacked out on heroin.
Okay, and then Oregon sober is...
Pretty much the same. I think you add in mushrooms.
You add mushrooms to it.
Yeah.
Then what's California sober?
You just smoke weed.
What's sober?
Where you don't do anything. So you have to add the state. So Pennsylvania is methadone. Yeah.
I'm Pennsylvania sober. Right?
I'm Pennsylvania sober. I'm either on meth or methadone.
Yo,
Meth or methadone?
I think methadone, or not methadone, meth, fucking came through Pennsylvania like a goddamn hurricane.
Well, that's West End sober. Union County.
That's wild.
Shake
but it
and
did
bake.
come through. It's like everyone just like, oh, this is new. And then they all started fucking doing it, dude.
Well, you know why? It makes you a better worker.
Well, it makes you a quicker worker. Probably not better.
Not efficient, just a faster worker.
Or get pegged by your hooker.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been that far yet. I got a wife. She probably wouldn't like that.
Is that because she's not doing?
I was going to say, unless that was her doing it. But I don't think I'd be down with getting pegged.
We're talking about legalization of cannabis, not being pegged.
Wasn't sodomy illegal?
I think one of the rules of Agents of Calamity is not to go on tangents, and you always yelled at me for going on a tangent.
Yeah,
Here
but
you
you
are
haven't-
going about getting pegged. We're trying to talk about legalization of cannabis.
True. But of all those times I said about the cannabis, I don't think... Fucking Neil, get your shit together over there, dude.
Jack back in.
Been eating fucking methadone or menthol fucking
Menthol sober.
menthol sober over here. Fucking dude. Wonders why God tried to take him out with an aneurysm. He's got issues. No, what were we talking about? No, I think that fucking it should be legal. I don't think
So being pegged is getting sodomized.
yeah, like sodomization is
Is that like sodomy?
yeah, that's getting stuff in your butt.
Right,
Right, Troy? Troy?
Yes. Absolutely correct.
Why? You know that's
Yeah.
illegal?
So is weed.
I think it was about that time they tried to
People
pass the
still
law
do
in
it.
Pennsylvania, but it didn't go through.
It didn't go through.
Tried multiple times now.
What, the fucking sodomy one or the weed one?
I thought this was gonna be a serious episode.
Yeah, you two. You're fucking on some other shit today, dude. But no, seriously. The weed one. Or the sodomy one, dude.
What the hell are you on? Did you?
He didn't ask me. He's just assuming I'm all of it. I think that's kind of inappropriate.
Well, yeah, they didn't pass it.
Which one, dude?
Cannabis.
Cannabis.
Oh, really?
Cannabis reform in Pennsylvania?
They didn't pass it.
Yeah, no, they had sodomy mixed in with the bill and people were feeling it.
Well, they don't know much about sodomy then. I probably should have looked into that before.
Anyways, no, they didn't pass it.
That's fucking a heartfelt letdown, dude.
So you were happy about it?
Huh?
Were you happy about
Was
it?
I happy about it?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why did well?
Why not? I mean, why be happy about it?
I mean, like, why would you want to arrest people for fucking smoking fucking plants?
I didn't say that. So I was just happy the bill didn't pass.
Yeah, but why? That'd be a
It was a
step
shit
in
bill.
the, yeah, but a step in the right direction, right?
I mean, maybe.
For who? Whose pockets does that line?
Well, it would keep a lot of fucking people out of jail that smoke weed for
Does it line the pockets of Smokey Joe or line the pockets of the governor?
It'll line
his
pockets
assembly.
of the state regardless.
What, do we need another cigarette in Pennsylvania?
So what do we need to fund the state
Yeah,
police?
We need another big tobacco?
We need
Yeah.
to fund the
In
state
Pennsylvania?
police more?
No, dude. You're moving it to bootlicking. You really think that fucking making it illegal? It's already illegal.
I know, but wouldn't the state police make more money if it was legal?
Well, that's why they love it.
So why didn't they pass it?
Because there's a lot of bootlickers out there, I think.
Or is there a lot of people locked into probation loops across all the counties of Pennsylvania, and they're further getting just as much money as they feel they need?
It could be more than one thing at the same
Then
time.
it would cost more money to...
Well, they kind of got best of both worlds right now.
I don't think so.
How not?
Because if I get caught with an ounce of fucking weed,
Well, then take their option.
then I'd go to jail, right?
Then they make money off you.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, if you take their option, you get a medical card. Pennsylvania has the best of both worlds.
Yeah, but I can't have.
You know, they're all like, "Oh, you really want to smoke some weed?"
But then I can't own my guns.
Well,
Where's that written into the law?
You can't. It's in the law. You can't have a medical card and fucking own firearms.
they don't take them, do they?
Yeah,
If you get a card, they take them.
They do.
Well, I know plenty of people. Well,
No, you don't. Go on.
with a card and have guns.
You're not allowed to have guns on the card, dude.
Where does it say that? Pull it up.
Isn't that a HIPAA violation?
It's not a HIPAA violation.
It is.
HIPAA is like when you tell people medical secrets.
Yeah.
Well,
So that means you
a
shouldn't be
medical card
telling.
is a medical
You shouldn't
secret.
be telling anybody your medical secrets, and that's law enforcement included. Unless a law officer is bringing you in off a traffic stop for intoxication, that's the only time they can figure out if you're actually on something or doing something. Right?
Hold on, I'm doing this shit that for Daryl told me to fucking hang out there.
Holy fucking 200 words per minute.
I'm looking at fucking 85.
I'm looking at 3.
Yeah, you got the period behind the sentence before the minute's up.
Hey guys. Fuck you.
Oh, it's complex.
You just sounded that word out barely, dude.
Oh, complex.
Yeah, you can't have guns.
Just because federal law overrides the thing. So technically you can't even be a legal weed smoker in America still. That's really what this comes down to. Whether your state's legal, medical, or nothing, you technically still are doing a federally illegal crime. That's basically what that says.
Purchasing a firearm is not possible if one is on the medical marijuana card holder.
How do they know?
Legally possessing a firearm is not possible.
How?
Applying for a license to carry firearms result in denial because one is considered federally prohibited.
How do they know?
But still, the fact remains that if you have the card, you're either A, not going to be able to get a fucking gun, or you're going to be punished for
So
having
you
some.
put your registration of your card to the same as your registration and of your concealed carry card, so that you overlap at a similar time, so you can technically say no. If you're not on the program, technically you can say no. It's just like somebody's getting prescribed a prescription drug. If you're on a prescription drug, that's
supposed to even be driving.
That's a federally illegal drug.
Yeah.
You know, normally, like if they gave you some opium or something, you know what I mean?
Right. But there's
They give
still...
you fentanyl. You know what I mean? Like if you're prescribed fentanyl from your doctor.
I've never had fentanyl, so I'm not exactly...
Well, I'm just saying, if your doctor prescribed it, right?
Right.
It's legal for you to have it because he prescribed it. But federally, then, you couldn't apply for certain things because it's federally
you can't say
illegal.
your doctor will be like, okay, let's say that you're all fucked up. You'll be like, oh, here's a bunch of Oxycontin
Right.
for your fuck up, or blah, blah. But then if you were to be like, yeah, but I own 10 pistols, or I sell guns, the doctor would have to take the medication away from you.
First off, why are you letting
Why are you
them know
telling-
you
yeah.
have guns?
They might ask you, do you have access to any?
But it's not their
Is
firearms?
it going
It's
to
not their
hurt your
business.
moral compass to say no?
But if you do say no, then you're lying on a federal level. That one lie could, you lose your house, your home, your fucking everything. Is that worth it?
I mean, is it worth it having someone coming in, raiding your place, and you have a medical marijuana card, and you're defending your home, and they get
Well, that's
to
a
the
totally
point-
different subject, dude. We're talking about the legalization of fucking pot in Pennsylvania. Currently, you're saying that it's better than what it would be if it was just...
I just
Well,
want to
well-
know, how do we benefit from it?
Yeah, we don't benefit from their bill.
We don't-
The
we-
bill to pass the,
like,
the
if
medical
Our
in
only
there.
benefit is we can smoke.
Okay, but
But as a
Without the
non-smoker,
fear.
I could smoke if I wanted to.
because technically, if it was legal
No,
in
you
PA,
can't.
it would still be illegal to own guns.
Yes.
So it doesn't even matter. If it was legal and you didn't need to do anything to
But
sign
if-
up for a card or anything like that, it's technically every state
So-
that's legal. Every state that has legal weed, if there anybody in that state owns guns, it's technically federally illegal
Yes.
that they own those
The
guns.
only way to beat this is if every state fucking aligns to the same thing, then you can overrun the federal ruling. If every state says we're good, but if we're all afraid to be honest about it as we go along, it'll never change.
This just made me think of something in the mere moment.
What do you got?
What if our state constituents and our government, what if like the fucking conservatives that voted against it know something we don't?
What?
If they no, if they legalize that in the state of Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania has the largest standing army, then that would mean everyone in the state wouldn't be able to own guns legally at a federal level.
But why would they have a standing army?
To defend ourselves?
Yeah, but
so you're claiming Pennsylvania has the largest standing army?
Yeah, you think Pennsylvania has the largest standing army?
It could be argued, but I'm just saying, wouldn't that like trump all the gun owners in Pennsylvania?
No, because they wouldn't listen because they'd have the largest standing army.
I know, but wouldn't the conservatives like, no, we need these fucking rednecks and these like smart people to keep their guns, and if we legalize it at a level, then that means at a federal level they wouldn't be able to own their guns.
Why would
right? That's what you guys are saying. If they legalize cannabis in Pennsylvania, and with the laws just stated, with medical card, would people still be able to own a firearm based on smoking and that shit being illegal at a federal level?
If they really want to fucking get you, it wouldn't matter, because they'll federally hit you up.
I know, but
state police and that shit is not going to do that unless they want to take you down.
But do you see where I'm going with
I
that?
get what you're saying. You're saying it's just another way to filter the power on who's going to fucking get you. But I'm saying the average Joe, they couldn't pull you over and be like, hey, Frank Darrell, smelling a lot like backwoods today. You've been smoking, blah, blah, blah.
I would go for games.
It wouldn't fucking matter. It wouldn't matter. Now, if you were drinking, they'd be like, I smell some whiskey on you. You've been drinking.
I would go for pirate rum.
Whatever. I'm trying to explain it to you, dude. It would be it'd be a whole different fucking ballgame, I think. I don't...
Maybe there's more to it why it's not being
But you gotta
legalized.
remember, prisons are privatized now. They're not owned by the state and the feds. They're owned by fucking people like you, me, and him, but with a lot more fucking money behind them.
How do we start our own prison?
Huh?
How do we start our own prison?
Enough money?
Because we could lock up Peepin' Toms and Chetties.
We can lock them up. If they fucking find them guilty,
sodomize them.
They probably just put you through like a course or something. If that's what you want to do, we can make a room for that.
They're gonna learn today.
They're gonna learn today.
Long day.
I walked them in. I said I like you and I want you.
Like, fuck Rikers. You ever been to that Central PA fucking prison, dude? But with that fucking Chinese dude. Hauls you in the back with a baton. He is vicious.
Oh, you like it?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, sweet potato skin.
Here we go.
Oh, you like it?
It's unraveling.
No, that's fucked up. The moment that you let the common man make a prison, you know something's up, you know? Hence, your example. You crazy fuck you.
Oh, you like it? You like Thai stick? This from the hills.
Smoky, smoky, me pokey, pokey.
Oh, you like it?
You fucking need help, dude. This is...
I don't think the bill, though, is established enough to set up, like, good commercial trade in the state, either.
Is that what it is?
I mean, yeah, it's just set up where they were going to try to have it like liquor, where, like, it's a state-run store.
Yeah, that's how I kind of
you
figured they'd do it.
Yeah, which it should be a private store, whether you're rich and can buy it or poor and can buy it, but, like, you know.
I didn't...
It's like, yeah, most states that are legal, only the rich people are the ones that are in on the business anyways.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
But it's still a business, you know what I mean?
Exactly. My thing was with the conservatives.
But, you know, we could argue against me saying it's good it didn't pass or not good it didn't pass or whatever, but you could argue and say, well, if it's state regulated, if it's state sold, like in a liquor store, right? There's a state weed store. Well, then technically every worker has to be a federal employee then.
Right.
You know.
How do they do it now? How do they do it?
Don't they get paid, like, isn't there like a They should have or like a state, not a federal worker, sorry, a state worker.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I mean-
They sell booze to fucking alcoholics and retire with a fucking pension. What the fuck?
I mean, they get a good pay. That like when you work for the state, no matter what it is, you're usually making.
I don't know if it's good. Astronauts who shot up on a rocket, they don't make like 113.
But I'm saying like, it's like good where you got state insurance, you got all that stuff comes with a lot of state jobs. Like your perks are usually good. You get credit unions, state credit unions, things like that. You got a job for a state, you can go to a state credit union, they'll give you a home loan. Or like if you just had a job and went to a bank, they wouldn't do that necessarily.
I didn't know about all of that.
I mean, you just have better perks, you know what I mean?
Maybe that's what makes people go that way, but yeah, I don't know. I think that they should. I honestly think they should legalize everything.
Well,
So like Amsterdam, where we just have it like cafes all over, where you can buy bud and go upstairs and smoke.
I mean, fucking
but
everything.
not do anything on the
Everything.
but not do anything on the street. You have to do it in your own.
Sure.
I mean, like a weed bar or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
like where you
over-
go in and like you're, okay, I'm going here to smoke.
But you can't smoke in the public though, isn't that
Or
how
in
it
your
works
house,
in
yeah,
Amsterdam?
yeah.
You can't do anything in public. You can do it in the premise of a cafe or your home.
That's
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like drinking. It's like a town that doesn't have a open, or that has an open container law. You know what I mean? Where you can't leave.
Well, I've also. That's another fucking.
Because
thing.
you go to places like in Florida, certain places that don't have open container
Yeah, you
laws.
can just walk
You
around.
can walk from this bar to that bar
Drink.
with your drink, pretty much.
I
Drinking.
love that.
You know
That's what I
mean?
think was cool.
Like you can bar hop with your drink. Like all your buddies are done and you just got a full one. You can just walk down the street
Exactly.
drinking
Well,
your beverage.
Lewisburg does that for like 3 blocks
I don't-
during the school year. Yeah.
I don't
for
know
the
how
kids.
they get away with it.
Yeah, I don't know how they get away.
No,
Yeah. In Lewisburg,
not
they
for
do.
the whole. They're probably events.
No. During the school year, they redo that. They've done that since COVID.
Well, no, because you couldn't stand out. You can't stand out inside of
I
certain
did
bars
see a
with a drink.
sign. I did see a sign.
You
last
can't
week.
stand outside with your drink at the bars.
Well, I know during
I
COVID.
did see a
they-
sign, fucking last week, before I pulled into my job, that said this ends the open container zone.
Yeah, and it's
They
like
changed it.
yeah, it's
I
like
don't know, I've seen that sign,
It's
though.
like they do that for events, but it's like certain days of the week, like Thursday through Saturday. Like that whole bar area is like open container. That's why a lot of kids would just be walking around with their drinks.
That's wild. I
So
didn't
then
know that.
Really?
then the other part of the week, because like at the cider shop, that's why people would be drinking outside, but it wasn't the right day. Then the owner of the cider bar was like, "You can't do that right now." You know what I mean?
Really?
Well, that was my impression of
Well,
it.
does the
And
cider
there-
shop sell alcohol?
Yeah.
Or is it
Yeah,
all
that's
cider?
all it is. It's all. Yeah, it's alcoholic cider.
It's alcoholic cider.
Yeah.
It's a very good question. How the fuck do they get away with all that shit if that is? Because I've been, what do you want to say, ticketed before for open containers in public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably,
Yeah, some places have it, some places don't. You know.
They never took me to jail for it though. They were just like, I think it was like $120.
Yeah, they usually just make you throw it away and they give you a fine.
Yep.
But-
Civil citation.
I guess where I stand with the legalization of it, if a private business owner can do it, I say more power to the small business owner. But if it's state ran,
What is it?
then the state's just making more money, and we don't see the gains from that. What? Our infrastructure, or what? Our police force? Kind of like the Scratchers.
You're taking the ambition away too.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's the drug dealer or the businessman that's buying into the major grow operation for the new passed weed bill, like the new legal weed or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's still the ambition and the hustle from whether it's the guy on the street or the guy doing it business savvy and legal quote unquote.
But
You know
aren't
what I
they
mean?
the same fucking thing?
Literally, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But if the state runs it, it takes away from them.
And if the state still runs it, there's still going to be those hustlers
Yeah.
that want their piece of the pie.
Exactly. Like, selling cheap beer, cheap whiskey, cheap cigarettes. There's many ways.
Beef jerky.
Yeah, beef jerky. Like, there's many ways that this, you know what I mean, is implemented. You know what I mean?
So maybe that's why some people don't want it legalized.
That'd be them, but they'd have to get the majority people to fucking agree with them, right? They would have to be, or whoever's on the council, the Jedi Council of Drugs, a bunch of 70-year-old men.
Yeah, dude, they pay them.
White Jewish
The cartels pay them to keep it shut.
White Jewish men hiring cartels.
What is with you and your beef with the fucking... with the Jewish people, dude?
They run things.
Have
in the
you
world.
read the Tabernacle lately, dude?
Dude, that's just a box. You talking about the Torah?
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
I'm
dude.
Jewish, okay?
Alright.
Yeah.
You got me, dude.
God damn it, where's my Vicks? Shit.
Doing your little Vicks hits, dude.
Camphor, that's the main herb ingredient in that stuff. It's for mental health awareness.
Why do you have them, though? Why do you have those lozenges?
When you get allergies to menthol and it makes your nose open.
So you have bad allergies.
Sometimes.
Maybe you're just allergic to fucking...
Bullshit from fucking
Chinese
Filipinos.
bullshit, dude.
Chinese Filipino BS.
Well, I always thought, dude, so I can't call you Hawaiian no more.
Are you Pennsylvanian?
Yeah.
Alright.
Right? What am I? I wasn't born here.
Where were you born?
Hospital.
But where was the hospital in Pennsylvania?
No.
Where was it at?
Why? What are you, fucking cops?
Well, I just want to know. Where was it at?
Florida.
You're a Floridian.
Yeah, but I was only there for like, until I was like 4 years old.
So were you born there?
Yeah.
So you're Floridian.
But wouldn't it count where I was conceived at?
Where were you conceived at?
I have no idea. Back of a car, I bet.
In Florida?
Maybe not. I don't know. I never got that kind of detail.
Alright.
What do you mean, all right? You didn't answer the question.
So you're Floridian.
I'm Floridian. I'm not Pennsylvania. Even though I had 95% of my life in Pennsylvania.
So am I Pennsylvanian?
Yeah.
Why is that?
You're dumb as shit for one, dude.
Because I had a quarter of my life in
quarter?
Three quarters of my life in
How
Pennsylvania.
long is it, though?
Well, it's 5/12 now, so I can't really tell you.
So if we were the committee to legalizing...
Why is it the 2 minus 2 of the first 2 numbers?
Why? Yeah.
I figured it out. I can't stand it.
Well,
It's driving me crazy.
I don't think there's a method to the madness, Derek. I think he's just fucking...
Minus 2 from the first 2 numbers of the time.
Or are you spelling something out like, I'm going to kill you, based off
He's
of...
minusing us 2 out.
You haven't
Delete 2.
you haven't wrote down all the numbers yet?
Well, my head's kind of a computer.
Delete 2.
Not a gay one.
What is that application, linguistic application, where you take the numbers and you find the letters to discern the message within the numbers?
No idea what you're talking about.
Like, certain numbers mean certain things. Like 444 could be broken down into like Lucifer, right?
What?
Yeah, if you do the math and the application of the letters and you multiply, subtract, then multiply.
A, B, C, D, well... D,
You know what I'm talking about?
D would be the 4th letter of the alphabet. There's only 26, so it can't be 4-4. Definitely not 4-4-4.
Well, then you're not following that. 4 times 4 minus 4 times 4.
4 times 4.
And you still align all the numbers and you get your...
96.
So 4 times 4.
What the
4
fuck does this have to do with the devil?
4 times 4 is what?
4 times 4
Yeah.
is 16.
So you get 4.
Did you hear the story?
6.
I want to hear what Jerry has to say.
Did you hear the story that taught the chimpanzees money and the value of money?
Yeah, they talk about it in Ishmael, a book by Daniel Quinn.
No, they taught them the value of money. They taught chimps
I know.
what
Daniel
the value of money
Quinn
is.
talks about the value of money.
And as soon as they figured out to spend and earn cash, they started prostituting.
Yeah, but didn't they also, like, stop hurting each other and shit, too? I remember hearing something about this study, and like, they were
making money.
They were getting tokens, and one would get
they could buy food with the tokens.
Yeah, you buy food with the tokens, and the other token would give you and another chimp that you could see but you were in contact with the same amount, and the chimps would save up so that when they could fucking get the special food, that it would eat both of them, regardless of their contact. You can't read, dude. What do you keep staring at that glowing box for, dude?
He's creating.
You're creating a fucking confusion, dude. 4x4x4 is Satan. What the fuck is this dude, this guy, talking about?
Man, you see how high the river is?
Uh-oh. This is setup, dude. This is what I work with, agents. This is what I work with sometimes, dude. Complete chaos.
There it is. Gematria.
You see the on button on the Coke can? What do you think that's about? On, off.
Oh shit, there is an on button on the Coke can.
Cryptic messages.
Okay, this is numerology.
No, it's gematria.
That's a gematria calculator.
Right.
This is based on numerology.
Yeah.
It's an ancient religion.
Right. Alphanumeric cipher. And you're the crypto. You should be able to find the
I got
cryptic meaning.
8 books on it. I never heard of 444 means Satan. I never
Yeah,
heard of
and
that.
-2 off of the first 2 numbers of time.
So that'd be 222.
No, you keep
No, it's just
adding.
2-2.
Oh,
'Cause
but
he's
then
only
2
pulling
plus
it.
2 plus 2 is 6, and there's 3 layers
So
of
then
6.
be 2.
6,
yeah.
6, 6. You can do that with anything, though. Dude.
Dude.
Dead, I think.
Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen. You know who that is, right?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
That's the dude that wrote Kanye West's first album.
Hell, Henry.
But
Why are you playing footsie with me, you
So that-
fucking queer?
Why does your feet
Hi,
feel
welcome
like
to Agent
Play-Doh,
Calamity
dude?
Podcast. Where
Well.
we play footsie.
Guys, I can't control this. I can't control
We were supposed to have a serious episode
It's supposed to be a
twice.
serious
Twice.
episode, and they just can't bring it together.
I'm bringing it totally.
I brought it together. I
brought-
was trying to be serious about it.
We did laugh
Yeah.
for a good hour at Frank, but that's not fair.
It's not fair at all.
But
It's not fair.
it's just like the weed laws in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was talking about the weed laws in Pennsylvania. And next thing you know, we're talking about freaking dimetometry and numerology and freaking
Die-sticks.
all
love
dissects
you.
and all that shit.
I love you, dude. And you know what? They love you too. If you love Frank, you're home. Hashtag I love Frank.
Give a like.
In the comments, give
A
a
comment.
like, dude. If this comes out before the other one, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're in store for something that's
Something big. Something big.
Something big.
I'm telling you, it's something big.
Put it
And
this
get
way.
ready for our summer raffle coming up soon, too.
Yes. Summer raffle's coming up, dude. And
What the fuck's a summer raffle?
shut the fuck up, dude. Right? Fuck, dude. God. Like, subscribe, and share.
Make sure you pick up your daily ticket.
Yep. Get that. Fill it out right too on the back. None of that. You can't read what you're writing on.